Hey y'all, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unfiltered but Still Covered. Honest conversations, grace still applied. So, listen, today's episode. This one might step on a couple church shoes, not stomp, just gently crease the Air Force Ones of the Saints. Because today we're going to talk about church sayings. You know, those phrases where we throw them around so casually that nobody even questions them anymore. And before y'all get defensive, immediately, just relax, take a sip of your tea, get your little juice, unclench them pearls, because nobody said God wasn't real, okay? I'm saying some of us use spiritual phrases like decorative pillows. They're cute, they're comfortable, but not actually useful in an emergency. And you know what's funny? The church has phrases for everything, don't they? You lose your job, God got something better. You stress, ooh, the enemy busy. You been acting a fool, pray for me. No accountability, just vibes and olive oil. You already know, right? I think, and I'm gonna do a couple. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch, but I'm gonna do a couple. And these are some of my favorites. So I'm gonna be giggling, but just know we unfiltered, but we covered. Grace still applied. Okay. My first one. Jesus, take the wheel. First of all, why every Christian say Jesus take the wheel after they already drove into the mess? You ignored 17 red flags. Your cousin warned you. Your mama warned you. Your stomach was bubbly. The group chat warned you. Your homegirl said, girl, don't do it. But Jesus take the wheel. Now, after he done borrowed your car, disappeared emotionally, and reposted another woman on his Facebook, now it's Jesus take the wheel. No, sis. At this point, Jesus sitting in the pasture seat asking, why was I not consulted earlier? You still got Google Maps on. You didn't want me to take the wheel. You still trying to find direction. And I already have your path led. You didn't want to follow that. Let's talk about it. We don't want Jesus to take the wheel, right? Do we? We want him to sit quietly while we drive recklessly. Let's paint the picture, okay? Texting people, God already removed. Spending money irresponsibly. Oh, I got that bad, y'all, because I'm looking at this nail right now that needs to be fixed. I'm headed as soon as I record this. Ignoring health, heart being palpitating. That ain't that man, girl. You got good heart failure. Avoiding hard conversations. What else? Making emotional decisions and asking God to co-sign them afterwards. You already decided. What? Sometimes we call on God like roadside assistance and not relationship emergency response, right? We want Him to fix the emergency, we want Him to fix the flat tire. We want Him to pull up after the issue has already gotten out of hand or out of control and we don't know what to do. That's not how it works. And we, church folks, love saying the next one. Matter of fact, this one right here, this one right here, this is the phrase we'll pull out, and then accountability enters the room. I'm gonna give you a couple little 2-3 second pause. See if you can figure it out. That ain't it. No, Jesus, what knows my heart, baby? Jesus knows your heart, but apparently your actions miss the meeting. Because what do you know your heart? Why do people always say this after doing something absolutely ridiculous? Being rude to somebody. Jesus knows my heart. Gossiping. Oh, girl, it's a mess, but shoot, Jesus knows my heart. A big one is avoiding responsibility, hurting people. What else? Toxic behavior, staying toxic, refusing to apologize. I think that's a big one because did y'all know that people be like, I don't say I'm sorry because I'm not a sorry person? What does that even mean? Like, nobody's saying you're a sorry person because technically those are two different things. This being a sorry person is describing your character. Apologizing for something is showing accountability. What? Not the same thing. But whatever. Then here come the church shuffle. Well, Jesus knows my heart. And he's probably trying to figure out why your heart keeps sitting in your mouth in the battle. Because my mouth is forever at a war. I said I'm going to stop cussing with this birthday coming up. And I'm really, really trying. That is my goal. Because I'm about to be somebody's grandma. So I can't cook, y'all. So I'm about to be able to have some other grandma tendencies. Besides, I got the other three down pat. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have some other grandma tendencies because, oh, but Jesus knows my heart, but that mouth. But anyway, so let's kind of shift gears just a little bit. You ever vent to somebody and they know they wrong, but instead of apologizing, they got spiritual? Girl, now you're sitting there confused because somehow you became the problem. You hurt my feelings. Well, I've just been under attack lately. Huh? What does that have to do with you lying? No accountability. I mean, God does know our heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sometimes people use that phrase. You hear me on my computer. It's just sometimes people use that phrase to avoid growth. Because if Jesus knows our heart becomes an excuse, then you never have to change your behavior. And isn't that what some of this is? Changing, growing. Now, this next one, baby, this one got generations of people stuck. I mean, generations of people stuck. What is it? Mm-mm. Nope. I'm waiting on God. Some of us has been waiting on God, and they hiding behind hesitation with the praise break attached. Girl be waiting on God to start the business, and the logo been sitting in Canva for 4 years. You already had the logo. You did everything through ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying? But I never started the business. I can go to my state's little board thingy and pull up all the LLCs I started. They all sounded great. Yeah, I was just waiting on God. Waiting on God to leave a relationship while you crying every single night. Waiting on God to heal. But you ain't trying to go to therapy because you don't want everybody in your business. You won't journal. We ain't resting. We won't talk to nobody about it. We won't face whatever the issue is because we waiting on God. Waiting on God to do what? What is we? What? He done it. He got you. What's happening? What's happening? I'm just in my waiting season. Baby, Amazon packages move faster than this season. And remember during COVID, everything was taking forever. My gosh. Listen, sometimes waiting is real. And sometimes God absolutely has to pause, you know? But let's stop acting like Our own fears and our own procrastinations and avoidance are always spiritual instructions. Mm, that's a word. That's a word. That's a word. And this one gets thrown around on everything. Everything. And me been busy. Now listen. Sometimes spiritual warfare is real, but every inconvenience is not a demon. You forgot your password. Oh, the devil been busy. No, you just forgot your password. Write it down. You changed it 3 times. You know? You late because you overslept, right? Who the enemy is attacking? No, you stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning knowing you had to get up at 7 to go to work. That was melatonin and poor decisions, right? You started drama, set the paragraph, stocked the page, called your cousin, involved 3 friends, and now the enemy trying to steal your peace. Girl, you robbed your own peace. Cause come on now. What? At this point, the devil's somewhere filling filing complaints. Talking about I actually had nothing to do with this one. This ain't me. Oh my goodness. It's real though, y'all. It is so real. But for real, in all seriousness, I think sometimes people lean so heavy on church phrases because they don't know how to say what they actually feel. And I think a real big problem, we don't have no accountability. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just admitting like you're scared or you're hurt or you don't know what you're doing about something, even embarrassment, disappointment, or just simply that you need help. And honestly, sometimes vulnerability is harder than sounding spiritual. You know what I mean? You can say these sayings and it gives, oh, she do be praying, or you know what I'm saying? It makes it look like you have a stronger connection with your spiritual side and with God than you do. And I'm not saying you don't, you know what I'm saying? But when you put those sayings, those cliche sayings, that's like a blanket instead of just admitting what's actually wrong. I think one of my most favorite ones that people say a lot is in this season. That is so strong and is used so much. But even God changes the seasons. People say in this season, like growth is automatically happening. But baby, where is this season happening? Because even God moves them, right? Fall, winter, spring, and summer. In each of these seasons, something is happening. The world is changing and growing, producing, pruning, preparing for the next season. Seasons change. But when we say it, we still have the same habits, same excuses, same cycles, still calling it a season 3 years later. What season do you know that's lasted 3 years? A season is supposed to produce something. What has this season grown in you? What are you doing in this season to become better for the next season? Mm-hmm. I just, now I feel like I'm getting all sentimental and emotional. But some of these are just like church phrases that we just use a little too loosely, because we have to remember in each of these sayings that you say, Jesus, take the wheel, put the map down and let him take it. In this season, grow, learn, produce, reap so you can sow, right? Jesus knows my heart. He does. But what are you doing for the actions that you missed in the meeting? What are you doing with those actions? Why are you doing certain things? If Jesus knows your heart, do you know your heart? Whew. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I don't think the sayings themselves are bad per se. I think the problem happens when phrases replace honesty, when cliche replaces accountability, when we sound spiritually deep but stay emotionally immature, right? Listen, tell me something. What's one church phrase people say that makes you immediately look at the ceiling like, Lord? Because baby, Jesus knows my heart. He may know your heart, but people are experiencing your behavior. Love y'all. Till next time.